Okay, so the recording has started. I'm going to hand over to the chair, Councillor Sheila Peacock.
Thank you very much, Naz. Good evening, everybody. Really nice to see you all in this cold, windy day. I'm glad on the computer and not out in the street. Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available for public viewing. Naz, are there any apologies for absence?
No, no apologies, Chair. All members are present.
And any urgent business?
None listed, Chair.
And do members have any declarations of interest?
None to declare.
No? Nicola?
No declarations.
Okay. Right, I'm just going to read to you the summary of procedure, which I'm sure you're all well aware of. The procedure for the meeting has been emailed to all participants by the clerk for the purposes of any members of the public watching. We will first hear from the licensing officer. After that, the applicant will present their case. The objectors and the subcommittee will have the opportunity to ask questions. Then the objectors present and their representations and the subcommittee and applicant will also have the opportunity to ask questions. Please keep your camera on when speaking. All parties will then have the opportunity to sum up, and then the meeting will conclude to allow the subcommittee to deliberate and reach a decision. This decision will then be provided in writing within 5 working days of the meeting. Now, there are 5 bullet points which I'm going to read out. If you wish to speak, please raise your hand and direct all communications via the chair. 2, we will take all papers as read, unless there's anything particular you wish to draw our attention to. All speakers will be allocated 5 minutes to speak. When speaking, please be very succinct and do not exceed the allocated time, unless you request an extension of time, which is at the discretion of myself. Please do not share addresses of speakers, and in the event there'll be several speakers for each party, which is not the case, I think, tonight, please avoid repetition and perhaps consider having a spokesperson to address all concerns. And now we go over to application for a new premises licence at 2A Coffee and Pool, 336 High Road, London, N22 8JW Woodside. Mrs. Barrett, will you please introduce your report?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, would you like to, for the purposes of the recording, would you like to have everybody introduce themselves before I do the report?
Okay. Can you please then introduce yourselves? I'm Councillor Sheila Peacock. I'm chair for this meeting. Councillor Bartlett. Sorry.
Hi, Nicola Bartlett, councillor for West Greenwood.
Councillor Da Costa.
Councillor Nick Da Costa, member for Highgate Ward.
Eileen Fingleton.
Hi, I'm Eileen Fingleton. I'm solicitor for Haringey.
And Dahlia Barrett.
Hello, good evening. I'm Dahlia Barrett, licensing team leader.
And Naz.
Nazia Chowdhury, clerk to the licensing subcommittee.
And the applicant, Noel Samaru.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Noel Samaru from MTAD Consultants. I'm a licensing agent acting on behalf of A2 Coffee.
And I'm not sure, is Jenny Singles present? The objection.
No, she's not present as of yet, I'd say, at this meeting so far. No.
Will she be attending?
She didn't give any indication, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. I apologise for not introducing it, but there we go. So over to you again, Dahlia.
Thank you, Chair. So the panel has before them an application for a new premises licence at 336 High Road, N22. The applicant, Adrian Tocci, has said he wishes to operate as 2A Coffee and Pool. You have at section 1 of the report the hours that were initially requested under the application form, which you'll find at Appendix A. Representations were received during the 28 days process, and as a result of that, you'll see at section 1.5 of the report the amended hours that has been agreed with the police. So the sale of alcohol for on sales only, Sunday to Thursday 10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m, Friday to Saturday 10 a.m. to midnight. You've got late night refreshment Friday and Saturday 11 p.m. until midnight, and the hours open to the public is also shown there. And there's also the condition on public nuisance, the outside area will be closed to patrons from 2200 hours. The responsible authority for noise nuisance is also put in their representation, and I understand that those conditions have also been agreed, and there is a raft of conditions that were contained in Appendix B within the pack that obviously the panel has seen. In terms of recommendations, sorry, Chair, I should also say that there is representation from Miss Single, the resident, and her representation remains in the pack. We have engaged with her. She was not happy. She was informed of the reduced hours that were agreed to under the police. She felt that it wasn't so much about the hours or the conditions. She just didn't feel that that stretch of the road or the area should have another kind of men's social club cafe kind of a thing hanging out, basically a place for men to hang out there, and so wasn't happy with the application still. In terms of the recommendations put forward, the panel is asked to either grant the application as requested, to grant the application whilst imposing additional conditions, or to exclude any licensable activities to which the application relates, or reject the whole or part of the application. And of course, the panel is aware that they will need to give 4 reasons for their decision. In terms of background, the premises is located in the terrace of shops. It's next to a residential premises and has an outside seating area. The premises was previously licensed, but that license fell away due to the limited company the premises license was issued under being dissolved. This was not clarified until after the Met Police had carried out a raid on the 21st of February 2025. The raid was executed for drug-related reasons, but police found the venue was taking part in casino-style illegal gambling, and the premises was in fact then closed from thereafter until we've now had this new application by Mr. Toshi. You've got there section 3, Chair, the matters relating to the policy, which you're familiar with, and can be part of further discussions after you've heard from all parties. Mr. Samaru has also submitted, you've got an additional bundle of documents from Mr. Samaru, which highlights some matters as to the operational thinking for this particular application, and I'm sure he's happy to refer to that when he speaks to you. Just to say that also the Human Rights Act does come into play here in this matter, Chair, and there I can end if you have any questions for me.
I personally have not, but Councillor Da Costa, have you?
No questions, thank you, Chair.
And Councillor Bartlett, have you?
No, thank you.
Thank you very much. So we've got no questions of you, Dahlia. Okay, so we'll move on to hear from the applicant, Mr. Samaru. Please, can you make your representation?
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I'm here before you this evening, rather, to present you an application for a new premises licence for A2 Coffee and Pool Limited. And the reason I was just raising my hand there, the applicant is actually a limited company. Mr. Toshi is the director of that company, and he's also the DPS on the application. Members, as Dahlia just said, you will have received a prepared licensing committee bundle. That is there to help you and guide you through any questions you may have that we have extended for you to have a look at, things like the photographs and things that also saves us time and not repeating ourselves. The bundle provides a structured end-to-end compliance narrative, including an executive summary, a chronological case summary, formal rebuttals, and a full governance suite. Annex policies such as the CCTV policy, the dispersal policy, staff training log, incident log, and operating controls, and photographic evidence for your perusal. The bundle has been designed to give the subcommittee a clear, auditable, assurance-based framework demonstrating how the applicant will promote the 4 licensing objectives under Section 4 of the Licensing Act. Members will also be aware in the agenda pack, as that is already mentioned, police licensing and environmental health have withdrawn their representations following full agreements of reduced hours and additional conditions, and some of them committee were rewording of the same condition. But that was all agreed some time ago, and as we've said, the police and environmental health withdraw their representations, and there were no further representations submitted from any of the other responsible authorities. Those responsible authorities, the police and environmental health, we had some quite in-depth conversations, because we're not blind to the fact that it is a difficult area, and there has been in the past some antisocial behaviour and so on and so forth. So it was very important for us to engage with the police and the environmental health and noise team to draw up conditions that they were satisfied would mitigate any difficulties that they felt could have arisen to a professional standard, and it's acceptable to the responsible authorities. The single remaining representation on this application is from a local resident that's been addressed, I feel, comprehensively in Section 5, outstanding representation, and Section 6, a formal rebuttal that is in the submitted bundle that was sent to you. The concerns raised are generalised and speculative, whereas the operation framework presented to you is supported by documented CCTV governance, dispersal controls, dispersal policy, training compliance, occupational management, provides tangible and enforceable mechanism aligned with the statutory guidance issued under 182 of the Licensing Act. The premises is already operating committee responsibly as a cafe and pool venue. There is no evidence before you of crime, disorder, nuisance arising from the current operation. Granted a licence with agreed conditions would in fact enhance the regulatory oversight by bringing alcohol service into a fully controlled, monitored and reviewable environment. On this basis, Chair, the applicant respectfully submits that the material within the defence bundle provides full assurance that the licence objectives will be robustly and continuously promoted. The only thing I would really like to add to that is that as a company, we do a hold your hand scheme for the first 6 months at least of a premises that's applied for a new premises license, and we have an open door policy where they can call us, ask us for advice or anything on an ongoing basis, and this is supported by Licensing Connect, which is a digital online system. So they have access to signage. The training for the staff is very, very important, and that was written by Highfields, and it's like a level 1 APLH, where they can watch 4 or 5 videos, answer questions on it, and they also have the wave training on there as well. So for the
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Noel. Can you just wind up now, please, dear? Can you just wind up now? Because your 5 minutes is up. That
was finished now, Chair, sorry.
Thank you very much.
That's something we do as an additional service to our clients.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Members, I go to you now. Do you have any questions of Mr. Samaru? Can I start with Councillor Da Costa?
Thank you very much, Chair. Just 3 questions from myself, sir, and I thank you also for the additional information in the additional pack. Just with regards to page 15 of that, you've got the email between yourself and Mr. Darvish
Yes.
And you mentioned in that the rear fire door will be replaced to conform with the relevant order and BSEN, and the CCTV will be upgraded. How does that work happened yet, or what's
Both
the
of those
deadline?
things have been done, Mr. DeCosta. Yeah, the fire door has been upgraded, and it's, I think it was it had to have a push handle rather than a turn handle. That's all been done, and they've now got quite a comprehensive CCTV system that doesn't only cover the inside of the premises, but also the front of the premises, outside as well.
Perfect. And then my last question is: would you be willing, or would the license holder be willing to provide a direct contact number for residents who want to share concerns and/or periodically meet with them if there are any concerns about the operation of the venue?
That is already something that we've suggested, and I actually printed their phone number on something they can put in the window. I worded it, Councillor, as not a complaints number, but an inquiries number. But it's there. So if the residents had any concerns, the number is there for them to call.
Okay, thank you very much. That's all from me, Chair. Thank you.
Councillor Bartlett, I'd like to call on you, but I cannot see you. You're coming.
I can see you.
I can see you, but I cannot see Councillor Bartlett.
She is there, Councillor Peacock. It might be on a different page somewhere, but
Okay.
but yes,
Okay.
I can assure you she is there.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
Have you any questions, Councillor Bartlett?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your explanation and the additional pages. I just wondered, I know we're obviously talking about one objection from residents, but I just wondered if you could explain a little bit about how specifically you're going to address some of the concerns that she's raised. So a lot of that is obviously about noise, it's about crowding the pavement, it's about the behaviour of clients and those kind of things. So I just wondered if you could explain how those behaviours will be curtailed by the licence holder.
Well, I wish to respond to briefly to the representation from the local resident. Firstly, the representation relies, as we've already mentioned, a generalised concern about crime, disorder and antisocial behaviour in the wider area. Now, as you're aware, rather than any evidence linked to the operator or these premises, as set out in Section 5 and Section 6 of the Defence Bundle that you've already seen, there is absolutely no history whatsoever of any crime, disorder or nuisance arising from A2 Coffee and Pool. The premises has been trading for a while, albeit without alcohol, but it's been managed very well without incident, demonstrating that the operation is a low risk and is controlled. Secondly, the objector suggested that granting a licence will increase antisocial behaviour. This is not supported by any evidence that you've had put before you. The statutory guidance under the Licensing Act is clear that decisions must be based on its merits of each application, as you're all aware, not speculative or assumptive about what might happen. Thirdly, every issue raised in the representation has been fully mitigated in the bundle that you've had before you, and by extensive operating controls. And these were things that we spoke with the police about. And then, as you see, some of the conditions are fairly robust, but they felt they were necessary. Those responsible authorities originally raised concerns, but withdrew their representations. But we were disappointed that the objector is not here this evening, because I think it's always good to engage with people that have concerns. But as Dahlia said, she wasn't very happy that the police had withdrawn. So there's nothing a lot we could actually do about that. The fourth, the objector raised concerns about noise, smoking, and dispersal. All these points are specifically addressed through a formal dispersal policy that you've seen, a controlled smoking limit of 5 people after 10 o'clock, closure of the external area at 10 o'clock, the background levels of music only. There is no application here for regulated entertainment, DJs or live music, even though up until 11 o'clock, as you're aware, they're deregulated, but there is no, that's not the venue they're trying to operate. Doors and windows are closed after 11 o'clock, and staff-led management of the egress. So the dispersal policy is very clear that there will be staff outside the venue when people are leaving, and make sure people don't congregate outside. These controls ensure the prevention of public nuisance objectives is properly upheld. And finally, Councillor, it's important to emphasise the grant of this licence actually provides enhanced regulatory oversight, unlike a premises that is unlicensed. Alcohol sales will be subject to enforceable conditions, 31-day CCTV retention, accident book, incident book, challenge 25, and active liaison with the responsible authorities. This is tighter and more accountable operation and involvement rather than a premises that doesn't have a premises licence. I hope that answers, a bit long-winded, but I hope that answered your question.
Are you happy with that answer, Councillor? Or do you want to have another question?
I
I
just wanted
have
to
got
clarify
specific
something.
answers to specific things, but I didn't know if you wanted me to drag it out that far.
I just wanted to clarify one thing. So the outside space, is that going to be closed from 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
Thanks.
Is that
Yeah, I
it?
haven't got any other questions.
Sorry, it's safe for 5 smokers.
Thank you very much.
But no drinks outside after 10 o'clock at all.
I myself have only one question to ask of you, and that's because the objector mentioned she thought it might be for men only, and I'm assuming that it's not men only because I also play pool.
No,
So-
it's not definitely not for men only. I'm sure there are ladies that play pool as well, and they're very good. But the venue is open for everybody.
Yeah.
I know. You know, I've worked in this area for a long time, and I know there are some venues that do attract mainly men from certain backgrounds. This is not what this is going to be. This is mainly a place where people can go and play pool, have a coffee, and if they want to have a glass of wine or a drink, they can. One of the things that Russell Quick mentioned was that, is this going to be an alcohol-led venue? Well, it's not. The actual area at the front is maybe a third of the venue. The rest of it is 2 or 3 pool tables to the back, and that's it. And I think there's some photographs that I've included in the bundle, as best I could, to show you the layout.
Yeah, actually, in the original plan, it showed 3 pool tables, but in the photographs, it had 2.
Yeah, because what they decided to do, when they put the 3 pool tables in, there was not enough room for people to play pool, so they took one out and turned them around the other way. That's it. That's the only difference. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. At this moment in time, I would have called the objector, but as she is not here, I can't do that. So I'm going to move on.
Chair, can I just ask one more question?
Yeah.
Apologies.
Of course.
Just to confirm that the non-pool area, so the area at the front of the premises, will not have any vertical drinking. So that will be seated only. Is that correct?
Seated only, and that's outlined in the one of the conditions, that there is no vertical drinking except in the pool area.
Okay, thank you.
Well, if there are no further questions from either member, and I don't know if Dahlia has got any further questions. No, then I'm going to request you, Mr. Samaru, to actually sum up, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And try not to drag it out too long.
I will be brief. I will be brief. The bund before you is a complete compliance architecture of the premises, aligned with the Licensing Act and with the responsible authority now satisfied and withdrawn. The applicant has demonstrated a structured, policy-driven and operating model subject to continuous monitoring, documented controls, direct address in all matters that have been raised. I would therefore respectfully invite this committee to grant this premises licence with the agreed conditions. Thank you.
Many thanks. Many thanks. So now you have summed up. Can I remind people that the committee will deliberate on their decision, which will be provided within 5 working days. Thank you very much for your attendance. I'm really pleased that the meeting has been so clear, and we seem to have done quite well. Thank you very much for your attendance.
Thank you very much.
everybody.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.